Well, for one thing, James Gunn doesn't want to treat the superheroes with any kind of actual respect. He just sees them as tools to point and laugh at and make fun of.
Borderline not true because he treats Superman and Lois's relationship seriously, and he treats Clark's personality and struggle seriously, especially with what could actually be criticized in the movie, the overall situation with his parents and his heritage, which he does take more seriously. Even the point of showing Superman how angry he could be with Guy Gardner in that scene. He takes these characters and their mythos seriously, even if he just still manages to embrace the jokey side of them. Because in the end of the day, these are still comic book characters that have roots of that cartoonish, silly shit within them. Like they've had this goofy shit for years.
Sees them as tools to point and laugh at.
You unironically sound like one of those old guys who could just can't have fun and can't ever just, accept when things can also be funny, which is what the superhero genre is also built on. Yes, it has a lot of its drama and has a lot of its serious moments, but at the end of the day, it is just supposed to be good, imaginative fun about guys who can fucking fly, or they could run fast, or they could shoot ice out their hands, fucking shit like that. So you can also build off comedy with that shit, especially since a lot of early fucking comics were hilarious with a lot of the shit they fucking did. It's the thing that's missing with superhero media nowadays. It's the fact that superhero media, because of idiots like you, want to take itself way too seriously.
Um, he'd rather reference more modern crap than actually reference any of the well-beloved stories of DC's decades past.
Brandon, Brandon, James Gunn has literally cited most of his inspirations for shit like Superman 2025 came from Silver Age comics, even down to your criticism of them being made fun of is part of the charm that Silver Age comics used to have, whereas like, yeah, this shit's cool, it's awesome, but we could also laugh at ourselves, that type of shit. That James Gunn literally pulled from that shit with shit like Superman 2025, where it's like, yeah, it's badass, but we're also not gonna fuel our egos along the way too either. We're gonna be able to laugh at ourselves. Like this shit can be goofy, this shit can be silly. A guy named the Thinker, fucking Gentleman Ghost, like this shit's silly, but that's what makes it charming. That's what makes it good. Alan Scott's weakness is wood. Like, come on, dude. Like, that's what James Gunn is doing, for better or for worse. And I would argue shit like Lanterns' problem is the fact that it's not embracing that more fantastical, fun type of vibe. That I'm not saying everything has to be inspired by Silver Age comics and its humor, but that's why we're getting a fucking Jimmy Olsen and Gorilla Grodd series in the first place, because of that fucking comedy fucking duelic shit of like, Gorilla Grodd and Jimmy Olsen have both had funny fucking shit in their fucking stories back in the day, in their fucking comics or magazines, whatever it was. It's like newspaper strippings. It is part of that fucking fun, so to speak.
Superman 2025 was a complete mess of a movie that tried to do way too many things and ended up accomplishing nothing with them.
Again, borderline not true. It was actually ironically not doing enough. It had these characters exist, yeah, but like for the most basic fucking world building fucking summary shit ever. Oh, they show up. It's like your neighbor showing up in the movie, like a guy's neighbor showing up in the movie. They show up with a fucking beast. They help out with Superman, and it's just like, and Mr. Terrific has more of a role throughout the actual full story, but the other characters exist here to help prop up the other characters' stories. But they do have a reason to be here. They're just not being too much. They're too much. The movie has too much going on for it and is crushing itself. Like the characters actually have a reason to be there. Granted, it could be at the expense of their own characterization, but like they do help out within shit like Lois's character fucking story in the fucking movie. And you say there's like no satisfying ending, but like Superman and Lois's connection, the actual good ending from them both, wouldn't exist without the Justice Gang in this movie.
I mean, I don't know how you can find enjoyment in a selfish bitch who gets drunk and isn't really a superhero, but okay.
She Okay, first off, Brandon the Awesome, don't be a dickhead to brainstorm me for just saying a simple opinion. Secondly, you're being misogynistic, you fucking asshole. You're telling me that men superheroes can be selfish all the time, can go through all this shit they go through, but God forbid a female superhero does the same shit. Like, the double standards there is fucking insane. I don't see you complaining about, like, Barry Allen when he does shit like Flashpoint, or a lot of other heroes, especially Spider-Man, Peter Parker's own selfishness. But when Supergirl is trying to course through her fucking life, then she's the B word. Like, you are a fucking dumbdard. You do that? You do that? You fucking drunkard? You fucking dullard? It's fucking insane, bruh. Also, why are we acting like this is not just a common human trait? I'm not gonna say she's like depressed or anything, but she's going through some shit in her life where she's like uncertain, and we've all been through that shit where we are uncertain about what we should do with our lives. That's the whole point of her story. Her whole point of her journey in this movie is to actually discover how to be able to be herself, how to move on, how to be a hero, not in the same light as Clark, but how to get out of that mopey situation, how to pick yourself up. She is going through a spiral in her life, firstly. And secondly, we talk about her being drunk, but this is like mostly her celebrating her fucking birthday. That's mostly her celebrating her fucking birthday in the movie. Come on now. And we all would do that. We would all celebrate our birthday with fucking shit like that, right? And I think it's just unfair to judge her for this when when Superman would also equally do some selfish ass fucking shit, right? Especially, it's just out of line, bruh. It is just out of line, and it's just like you're trying to put her on a pedestal that she's perfect. None of these characters are perfect. Let her be selfish. Let the motherfuckers be selfish. That's kind of the appeal of their humanization, and like, yeah, she can be selfish sometimes. But that's the point of the story, is for her to be better. And that works. That's the point of the story here. For her, that's her journey. Especially since, what, she lost Krypton, she lost Argo City, she lost her baby nephew Kal-El that she discovers grows up quickly on Earth. Like, I'd be hard-pressed to see her not feel a little, like, lazy a bit, you know?
Oh, congratulations. That still doesn't make people like her. Not helped by her actress either.
Okay, first off, people do like her character because of the fact that she is this emotional and and going through these struggles and trying to pick herself up and going through this journey of trying to like this shrug this off and going through this, like, I guess, emotional bottling of shit. All this fucking shit, and they like this personality of this, like, I guess, tough person struggling, all that shit, knowing that they could be a deep sweetheart or something, going through the act. Like, there's a lot of characters that are like this that people fucking love, and according to Brandon the Awesome, it's bad writing if the characters can be quote unquote unlikable. So I'm just gonna have to assume that he doesn't actually like Peter Parker, because that's Peter Parker's traits in a nutshell, especially during the fucking Ditko early stuff and during the Ramana Senior fucking shit. I'm gonna assume he doesn't like Rexplode from Invincible either. These are characters that have those unlikable traits, but you like those characters and even like them as people because of that fact that they can be like that as part of their personality, but they know it's wrong, they know it's bad, and they want to try to be better. That is actually so admirable about these fucking characters in the fucking first place. Oh my fucking god, holy shit, bro, oh my god. And why are you targeting Millie Alcock for? What did she fucking do?
I feel like the flashbacks definitely show her journey throughout the film.
It's basically just it's embarrassed to be a superhero movie.
How? How is it a shame to be a superhero story? It goes through the same basic progression and same basic, like, fucking story beats of, like, Spider-Man or Wolverine, where they go through issues, they're sad, they're moping around, they're uncertain, they even straight up stories similar to, like, Spider-Man No More, where they're just, like, putting it to the side and shit, right? How is it any different than those stories? Oh, wait, yeah, it's because it's a female-led project and you hate women because you're a fucking Nazi, Brandon Awesome. Jesus Christ. this whole video has been nothing but disingenuous takes from Brandon the Awesome. It's been bad arguments from Brandon, and it's just like, you know what? It's not really worth it, I guess. It's not really worth it to actually even bother watching anything else from him, because he's just gonna say the same generic shit like a fucking action figure that only knows like 5 voice lines, you know. It's sad too, because like Supergirl, I don't even like the Supergirl movie all that much, but someone who actually just genuinely loves her character throughout all media and loves all superhero media, men, women in general, this is just a basic story progression of like, hey, I'm not feeling too good right now, so I'm just gonna be selfish and kind of assholish, but I will earn to be the hero that I am by being better, by earning that shit of being better, you know? Which, you know, Brandon Awesome just thinks is bad writing, apparently.